Now I woke up this morning and asked myself how I ended up with 6 kids. Like, what a peculiar thing to just wake up and think. Like, I clearly know how I ended up with 6 kids. I met my husband, we got married, we had 6 kids. But my whole thing is, I didn't even want to get married. I don't remember, like, wanting to get married. I remembered thinking as a child how if I had kids, what I would do differently than my adoptive parents. I remember having those thoughts as I was younger, but I remember wanting to travel and just educate myself. I don't remember wanting to get married and have 6 kids. Uh, I guess it came up in my mind because lately I've been seeing a lot of moms with hella kids. And sometimes the dad will be there, sometimes not. But I mean like hella kids. 10 kids, 9 kids. We had 6 and we planned to have 7, but we ended up getting a divorce 20 years later. There's a lot to unpack there, and I plan on unpacking it. I have a playlist, The Story of My Life, Blue Girl Wrapped in Brown, and I'm almost to the point where I meet my husband. But that's the story of my life. Because if I wrote a book, it would be a never ending story. I've lately been not just seeing a lot of moms with a whole lot of kids. Why am I saying moms like it's not a family, like the moms and that, but because it's the mommy sector, right? It's a mommy niche. So it's the moms making the channels, it's not the dads. Even when the dad's in the home, they're very rarely in the videos, the moms that I'm talking about. So something else I've been seeing lately is men trapping women with hella kids, but not necessarily wanting to stay in the relationship, just like as a manipulation tool. And I'm having to face the hard truth of, was that what happened to me? Because I don't recall having 6 children being my dream. Now, I love my kids and I loved being a mom, but I really lost my voice in my marriage and I lost myself in motherhood. I just, it wasn't my dream. And I really did alter the course of my life falling in love with that boy. Because when I fell in love with him, he wasn't a man yet. Neither one of us were grown. We thought we were grown. I thought I was grown when I was 17. 18 was when we got married, but 16, 17, I was working. I was in school. I was taking care of myself. Like, I got kicked out when I was 14, 15. Now, I'm adopted, obviously, because I said adoptive mom, but there was a cousin that had gotten pregnant and I guess was moving in with the father of her children, so she had an apartment that she sublet to me. So I moved in there when I was 15 and I was working and I had a boyfriend that was almost 30 and my adoptive mom kicked me out. She kicked me out because she had just gotten a divorce from her abusive husband and then gotten her a new boyfriend, and he did not like me, nor did he want me there. And this is after, like, a lot of traumatic stuff happened to me. So that was all really hard to deal with. I didn't know anything about paying utilities or how to grocery shop or anything. I just went from living this sheltered life to then being thrown into the middle of the city in an environment I was completely foreign to, and then kicked out literally on the street, having to make my own way. And it's been like that since then. And I'm 43 now, and that set the basis for so many things that I believed about myself, of being not worthy and not good enough, because I kept being in these environments where I had no support and I had to make choices that were contrary to my own beliefs just to survive. And so then I start to believe that I am the things that I've done when that's not true. And had I never been in those situations where I had to go outside of myself and do things to make sure that I didn't starve to death, I really would have known that I was powerful and known that I was good and probably chose a different partner, because I would have attracted a different partner, because I attracted someone that fed off of my naivety, is it naivety? My innocence, honestly, and my ignorance. And, I take responsibility for that. I do, because it was me. I mean, I chose my partner. But looking back, I have to be very honest with myself. Was I manipulated into having so many children? Was I fed a dream that really wasn't mine just because I was so blinded by love and encapsulated by lust? Like, these are the things I'm really asking myself now that I'm looking through my life and figuring out how to fix me. In order to do that, I have to understand who I am, and it would be helpful to kind of dissect my past since it keeps popping up anyway in repressed and suppressed memories. I might as well really explore it on a much deeper level and understand my life, because for so long I couldn't even remember things that happened to me in my past. I it's a coping mechanism to just completely shut down, and there's parts of my life where there's just blank spaces. And that sounds like a really good song title. And I don't remember. I don't remember people. I don't remember things that I accomplished. I don't remember favors I did for people. And so when I would go back home to Baltimore and I would run into people, they would have these elaborate stories about things that we had done and places we went and stuff we did. And I'm in my head, I'm like, who is this? And I've learned to hide that, because the one time I made a mistake of showing that person I didn't remember who they were, they got so hurt. Because it was like we were really close, and it's like, how could you forget me? When they don't understand, like, I was going through so much. I went through so much back then. And I'm so surprised that I'm alive because so many of my friends aren't. Like, if I look at the circle that I had, and I'm talking about all walks of life, all ethnicities, all different financial backgrounds, all different educational backgrounds, like all different people, but all in my circle are gone. They're dead. They're dead. And I'm still here. And I needed to explore that. I feel like life is a gift because I was so close to losing my life, and I've seen so many people literally give their life away because they didn't cherish it. Like, half the people that are dead right now did not have to be dead. They're dead because they did dumb shit. Point blank period. They were reckless. And I used to be reckless, but I'm not anymore. I was reckless before I had my kids. And then I was reckless to get my kids taken, honestly. And then I was reckless while they were gone because they were gone. But then after I got them back, that shit was dead because it's like I got a reprieve. And there's no way that I was going to screw that up. And I haven't. And I'm here wondering, how the hell did I end up with 6 kids? It was definitely his idea, and it sounded lovely to me. We would have a company, and each child would be the head of a different department, and we were going to get land, and we were going to build our own community. And then drugs made our relationship toxic, and after 20 years, and him doing 3 bids in jail, like, I was over it. And, he didn't want to leave the streets. And I wanted to be a square. And he wanted to be a thug. And it just wasn't going to work out. It's just me and my kids now. And that's all I need. My family's kind of split down the middle. And 3 of my sons are out in the world doing what they want to do. And then I've got 2 sons and a daughter that I'm raising here. And my goals are still the same. I'm still getting that land, and we're still going to build a community, and that's that. I'm grateful for my children. They've given me a purpose to want to continue to grow. That comes from me wanting to impress them and me wanting to impress upon them the beauty of life and the glory of God. Like, that's only because of them. If I only had myself, I wouldn't care about anything. It's like, if you don't have anything to love, what is the point in being alive? I love you. Thank you for spending time with me here in Fury World. If you are interested in checking out my music, it's available on all music streaming platforms worldwide under my artist name, The Fury of Abyss. I love you. Don't be too hard on yourself. Thank you for taking this healing journey with me, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.